Hello everyone and welcome back to BMW Restored. This is just a quick video that I'm going to do I'm going to do a quick service on this my 5 Series E61. I'm just going to fast forward everything, nothing too technical, just to kind of show you can do this at home by yourself without having anything too technical or any special tools, apart from maybe the oil filter removal, locking socket. Apart from that, everything is very straightforward. One thing I'm going to do is to make myself even easier, rather than putting the car on a little ramp, I'll just going to have I've got a pump which I'll just kind of use to put it through the oil dipstick pipe and just suck all the oil out. But if you don't have that, you can literally put it on a ramp or something high enough where you can go underneath the car and just unbolt the oil plug and drain it out this way. But yeah, where I've got the pump, I don't even go down there, just to make it even more simpler. And it's worth someone to buy one of these oil pump where you can literally use it to kind of suck the oil out and then and empty out that way, because sometimes you have to change the plug itself underneath on the oil pan, because the threads kind of wear out. I do have a bit of OCD where I would like to actually remove it, so make sure that everything comes out, there is no debris on the bottom of the pan. So by removing the oil through the plug from the oil pan through the oil pan is better in my opinion. But I know my engine's quite clean. I kind of flushed it about 10,000 miles ago, so I know it's quite clean. When I suck the oil out, I'll be able to kind of see how bad my engine oil is, if there's any other issues on it. But yeah, so that's why just telling you there's options. You can buy this oil sucking pump. It's not expensive. You can get it from Amazon, eBay, or go underneath the car and just unplug it. But if you go that route, I say make sure you change the O-rings on the plug, otherwise you'll have a little bit of oil seeping through if it's kind of worn off. So just to tell you what I've got. So this is the N47A. It's a 2010 model BMW E61. Yep. And so I've got the air filter, which I'm going to put it here. I'm not going to change the pollen filters because I've literally changed them about 4,000 miles ago, so I'm not going to bother doing that. It's quite simple. Again, you can just unclip these two sections here, unclip this one, and there's one at the back, and that cover will come off. Obviously there's a plug there, like a little bolt shape, so you can unscrew that. I think it's a 10mm socket, so you can just take that and do your pollen filter. But I don't need to do that. My main focus is just do the main thing, which helps the engine itself as well. Air filter, oil filter, the oil, and I'm gonna give you a flush one more time. So I've got engine flush as well. So what I'll do, I'll stick it in there, run it for about 5 minutes or so on idle, and then just let it cool down a little bit and put the suction pipe from through there and just pump all the oil out basically. And yeah, that's kind of pretty much it. Don't use the flush. I wouldn't recommend it to use it all the time. Like I said, I've done it once about 10,000 miles ago, and I'm going to do it one more time. It's a diesel engine. I just want to make sure there's no debris or tars and stuff like that stuck underneath or in the engines and stuff like that. So what happens if you use it too often, you're going to mess up the oil rings and things like that, and you're going to perish away all the rubber seals and stuff. So don't use it too much. Don't let it run for too much. Don't drive it around. Just put the whole can in. Obviously make sure there is some oil in the engine, otherwise you're just going to be running that completely on no oil. So put that in, let it idle 5 minutes or so. Some people do it for 10 minutes, but 5 minutes is enough. I don't want to go too extreme, and also depends on how harsh these engine flushes are. So these are not the strongest engine flush, so I'll let it run for 5 minutes. That will do the job. Then let it cool down a little bit and suck everything out, because I don't want to make the whole oil pump, suction pump equipment really hot and stuff. So yeah, that's it. So that's pretty much it. I'll do a quick time lapse of when I do the work. But yeah, if you guys have any questions, or if I can do something differently, maybe write a little comment down below. Maybe next time I can do it. It's my daily car, you know. I'm not bothered about putting papers. Obviously when I buy these equipments I have papers, so I always put it on the folder of the car, but you know, it's not genius to you don't have to be a genius to just change the oil filter. You know, literally pins here, clips here, remove that, insert that in, empty the oil out through this, or go underneath the car and unbolt it. Oil filter is a tricky one for some people because obviously it's right here, underneath there, and you just have to have a special size cap to unscrew that. Take that off, put that in. I've got a brake cleaner which I'll just clean around afterwards if there's any oil spills or anything. Yeah, that's it. There you have it. This is now all done for this, well, serviced. Oil filter change, air filter change, flush the engine, put in the oil. I think 1, 2, 3, 4 litres of oil came out. I put a whole 5 litres in there. Like I said, the only special tool I had this, I bought that from eBay. It was cheap, like £10. So I just used one of that to take the cap off the oil filter and just sucked it out through these. Again, you can buy these cheap from eBay, Amazon. Like I said, if you don't have that, you can just lift the car up a little bit, go underneath the car, and just drain the oil out through the drain plug. However, if you do that, the oil filter usually comes with a O-ring, so replace that washer. Sometimes the threads do get messed up on the plug itself, so if you think you need to change it or damage, then just have one spare just in case, but definitely replace the washer. So obviously I didn't need to do that because I'll drain my oil out through the dipstick. This O-ring is for the oil filter. Some of you might say, how comes you haven't changed this? You don't always have to change this. Like I said, I serviced it myself maybe 6 months ago, and I've changed it then. You don't really need to change it. I know you might say you have it, change it. To be honest with you, I didn't have the little picker thing to pull it out from the ring, from the cap, and then so I thought, rather than faffing around, that's not bad. It's only 6 months old. I think since I've done the last service, it was like 3,000 miles ago, and yeah, so I didn't really bother replacing it. I do it every other oil change. I do make the effort to change it, because like I said, I do service my quite regular, so that's why I know when I need to change it and if I need to change it. But obviously it was here, I could have done it, but it's just that little picking thing that you try to take the ring out. I couldn't be asked to go in the unit and look for it, to be honest with you, and I know that one isn't perished, it's new, so that's why. But here you go, quick job done. I've done a bit of a time lapse, but it just shows you can do this at home. If you do want to keep a record on your booklet, your manual book, for, let's say you want to ever sell the car, because I'm not thinking of selling the car, I'm not bothered in terms of whatever, but I do have invoices for the oil filter, you know, the oil itself, air filter and all that stuff. I just leave that in the booklet, and staple it together. That shows that you actually serviced it, because when I buy these parts, I usually put my registration number, so when they deliver the parts on the invoice, it's got my registration number on it as well, so that kind of shows that actually it was for this car and I've done it. But anyway, like I said, I'm not too bothered, because it's not like I need to prove it to anyone to say I've actually maintained it, and then, you know, things like that. I'm not thinking of selling this car. You know, it's got 160 on it. It's a 520D, and here we go, all done. Until next time, I'll do another video on something else. But yeah, thank you very much for watching. If you have any comments or something I could do better next time, drop me a comment, or if there's something different I can do, please drop me a comments. I'm not a professional mechanic, literally a guy that just likes playing with my cars, so I'm trying to make these videos so you guys can do the same thing. Enjoy doing stuff on your car for yourself, rather than spending money going to a mechanic. Literally, like I said, I've done that myself. In total, it took me about half an hour, because just waiting for that oil to fill up, basically. So when you do that, make sure the engine's obviously a little bit cool. So, but don't do it and suck the oil out when it's too cold, because the oil will be too thick and you won't be able to suck it out. Let it run for 5 minutes if it's a cold car. Run for 5 minutes. Put the pipe through the dipstick, and then it will pump itself out, because obviously the liquid will be a bit more thinner, and you'll get oil will be a bit thinner, and it will come out quicker and easier, so no issues. To be honest with you, you can do this. Like I said, if you don't want to go underneath, you can do this. Otherwise, just one plug, boom, job done. Less messy, basically, as you can see. I didn't even wear gloves. I've got a bit of marks, but it's all good. Thanks for watching. Until next time.